Hello, 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 beautiful beings. Welcome, welcome. So, how are the lights around me? So, I was just playing with Facebook, playing with all of these beautiful settings with Facebook. As you can see, I'm being as childish as possible. So, this is Money Consciousness episode number 9, Money Consciousness podcast, I guess. So, this particular episode, we are going to talk about how to make money joyfully. And interesting, so this episode, we are referring to the book Sara Book 1 by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Today, we just started off this book reading in the Money Consciousness Academy. And this book has been the most recent book that has excited me, that has given a new dimension to my life, a new possibility in front of me, showing me that I can be joyful, I can be playful, I can be living with lots of fun and making money and being happy and joyful all the time. So I can have all the success, I can have the money, I can have the clients, everything along with this beautiful joy and having fun. So that's what this episode is going to be. Hello, dear. I know there are a few of you watching me. I wouldn't know your comments yet. I All right. So I was just clicking some button. Looks like that's going to end the show. All right. So I hope you can still see me. You can leave your comments. I do not think I can see it yet. Maybe I should just confirm that, in fact, I am actually live. Give me just a second. I have no clue if I'm live. Maybe somebody can put in a comment. Trying out my mobile for the first time. Yes, it does show me that I am live, so I guess I am live. Great. Okay, so I'm doing some funny little thing for the first time. All right, so Sara Book 1 by Esther and Jerry Hicks. That's the topic for today. And this book beautifully gives us, I hope those of you who have read the book Love Money and all other books suggests that you can have happiness, you can have money, you can have success, you can have clients, you can have everything when you can raise your vibrational frequency. And raising your vibrational frequency means being joyful, being happy all the time, for example. One of the ways. So this particular book, Sara Book 1, brings in all of that joy. And this is a book that has taught me that I can consciously choose to be joyful regardless of what is happening around me, regardless of what's happening in my reality, regardless of there is, fights and trauma and drama, everything that's happening around me. I can still be joyful, I can still be playful, I can still have fun. And this is one of the major things. I'm a person who kind of would like to live by the book What the Love Money, Money Loves You by Sarah Mckram. I know if I can start living by that book, I'm going to have all the success, all the money that I'm choosing to have. But one of the major elements in the Love Money book that money teaches us is to be joyful, is to practice enjoyment. And there's also this energy protocol in the Alchemy book, which is practice enjoyment. That's the exact alchemy practice we did today as well. And now the Sara book brings in a totally different perspective. So I'm going to read few sentences from the book. I'm going to discuss with you how I practice it, how this has transformed my life. And then I'm also going to do a quick, the entire protocol of practicing enjoyment in the last few 10 minutes of this particular podcast. All right. So I'm now looking at Sara Book 1 by Esther and Jerry Hicks. That's the book we are referring to. And this book brings in the concept of chain of pain and chain of joy. So this book consists of two characters. It's a novel, it's like a story. It's actually a teenager's book. But for me, it has become my primary book, that which I'm starting to live by these days. So this is transforming my life. All right, so chain of pain, a chain of joy. So the two characters in the book is Sarah and Solomon. And Solomon is a beautiful owl. It's not a human being, it's an owl. And Sarah is a little girl who this beautiful big owl, it's called a big wise owl, is Solomon. Solomon is basically like a, you can imagine like a spirit guide or angel who is teaching Sarah how to be joyful in life. And when you are being joyful, Solomon is also teaching Sarah that look how you can attract good things into your life, happiness and joy into your life by actually being joyful. So that's the kind of moral of the story of this entire book. And the concept of chain of pain and chain of joy. Solomon is teaching Sarah. Actually, he is giving 3-4 steps. I guess it's 4 steps to Sarah. How to come from sitting in pain, moving into joy. So the first thing that he says is, the first step is, if you are thinking about what you don't want, then you will be feeling bad feelings, bad emotions, such as, he says, you can tell by the way you feel, Sarah, when you are thinking about or speaking about something that you don't want, you always feel negative emotion. You feel anger, you feel disappointment, you feel embarrassment, you feel guilt, you feel fear. You always feel bad when you are thinking about something that you don't want. So, this is the exact words from the book that Solomon is teaching Sarah. When you are thinking about those things that you don't want, you feel negative emotions. Is that right? I'm asking you. When you are thinking about what you don't want, what emotions are you feeling? Well, I have these bills to pay tomorrow, and I'm thinking and feeling that, oh, will the money come tomorrow? What if the money doesn't come? When I'm thinking, what if the money doesn't come? I'm going to feel terribly bad. I'm going to feel disappointed. I'm going to feel bad. I'm going to feel sad because I am thinking that which I don't want. Right? So, here, that's the first step. He says, how do you move from chain of pain to the chain of joy? The first step towards moving from chain of pain to chain of joy is, first of all, identifying what you don't want. Well, I do not want lack of money. For example, I'm going to apply entire story into the money concept here. All right, so I do not want to see myself sitting in lack of money. I do not want to see myself having not enough money to do my purchases and things that I would like to have in my life. I do not want to see myself having not enough income, right? So all of that is things that I don't want. Great. So that's what Solomon says. Identify. First step, identify what is it that you don't want. Great. So you have identified that what you don't want is lack of money. Good. Step 1 is done. And now let's move on to the next page in the book here. All right, so step 1 is recognizing what you don't want. And you also know that when you're thinking that which you don't want, you're going to feel negative emotions. Great. So step 1 is done. Step 2 is then deciding what you do want. So what is it that you do want? Well, I would like to have lots of money. I would like to have lots of clients. I would like to have lots of joy and happiness and fun in my life. Beautiful. So now you have identified what is it that you do want, right? So you would like to have more money, you would like to have more clients, you would love to be in joy and happiness in life. Beautiful summary of what it is that you would like to have. I guess it applies to all of us. Great. So that's the second step Solomon tells. Step 2 is then deciding what you do want. And then now comes the third step. Step 3 is the most important step, Sarah. And it's the step that most people miss altogether. Hi, Divya. Looks like finally I'm able to see your names. Thank you for coming in. All right, so step 3 is the most important step, Sarah, says Solomon. And it's the step that most people miss altogether. Step 3 is this. Once you have identified what it is that you do want, that's the second step, you must make that feel real. You must talk about why you want it, describe what it would be like to have it, explain it, pretend it, and remember another time like it, but keep thinking about until you find the feeling plays. Continue to talk to yourself about what it is that you do want until you start feeling good. All of that are exact statements that Solomon is telling to Sarah as step 3. Step 3 is the feeling place. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration. So we identified in step 1, we identified we don't want lack of money. Step 2, we identified what you do want. I would like to have lots of money, lots of clients, lots of success. Great. Step 3, you have to talk about it. You have to describe why you want it. You should feel, you should have it, you should feel, explain it, pretend it, and remember another time like it. So when is the last time you might have received some money? Maybe it was like an inheritance, or maybe the last time was maybe last month. All of a sudden 2 clients came in and paid you some money. There was clients coming in, there was also money you received. Remember some time like that in the past when you actually had money, when you might have received money. Just go into the feeling place of it. All right, I'll give you a demonstration of it. Well, guess what? Last month, I just launched this beautiful, amazing program. In fact, I did this, I guess, a few months back, March month. All right, I'm going to go into that time and space. In the March month, I launched this beautiful program called the Money Consciousness Facilitators. I put the post out, and all of a sudden, people start messaging me. I got the clients. Immediately, they were like, yes, I would like to join your program, Vishnu. This is so amazing. I just was bubbling in joy. I was so happy to see it. I was receiving, I immediately the same day got money deposited into my bank account. Guess what? I received for the first time $1,111 from the first client. And it just made me so joyful, so happy. Wow, this is so amazing. And I'm creating it again. I'm receiving so much money. I'm receiving so much clients. This is giving me so much joy, so much happy. It's just is lightening me up. Okay, so this is a demonstration or illustration of how you do the step 3. Step 3 is going into the feeling place. As you can see from how I have explained it, the way I explained it, the feeling that I was feeling was so good. It was so delicious. That's step 3. If you are doing from morning to night, if that's the feeling you are in, I have lots of clients, I have lots of money coming in. How does that make you feel? Instead, when I am sitting in lack, the first step of what you don't want, I have no clients, I have no money coming in, I wonder what's this all about, I have the bills to pay. I'm thinking what I do not want. When I think that which I don't want, I will feel negative emotions. When I do think what I do want, I will feel positive emotions. So this is how Solomon says you can jump from the chain of pain, because in the first illustration, you are sitting in pain and suffering. And this is also called self-inflicted suffering. You are inflicting suffering upon yourself by continuously thinking that which you do not want. If you're feeling bad, you are thinking what you don't want. If you're feeling good, you are thinking that which you do want. What is it that you would like to have? Also, we all know that we are the creators of our lives. We are the creators creating our reality. Everything that you think, everything that you speak, everything that you feel will become your reality. So it's about practicing. Practicing saying, speaking, thinking, feeling all the time what it is that you do want in your life. The more you practice it, you will start becoming it. All right, so let's go back to Solomon. Because until you change the way you feel, you haven't really changed anything. You have to go into that space of starting to feel good. Once you are in that chain of joy, once you are feeling happy, joyful, now everything will happen in your life. The money, the clients, the success, anything that which you choose to have will come into your life. All right, so now I'm jumping a little bit. You are still part of the chain of pain when you are feeling bad, but when you change the way you feel, you are part of the chain of joy. So all of that is also being said by Solomon. And I'm jumping 2 pages to this interesting other place that I truly love in this book, which is Sarah asks to Solomon, how can I stay out of the chain of pain so that I can help someone else if I get in? So, how do I jump from chain of pain to chain of joy? Because, throughout the day, we are walking through our lives, we are looking at different things happening in our reality. All of a sudden, we feel sad. All of a sudden, we feel disappointed. We feel frustrated. We feel irritated. We feel angry. We feel all these different emotions throughout the day. So, how is it that I can be in chain of joy all the time? This is what I love about this book. Solomon gives a simple solution for this. Okay, so Solomon says, well, Sarah, there are a lot of ways for you to do this. But my favorite, the one that works the very fastest of all, is this: think thoughts of appreciation. Anytime you are in negative emotions, you feel sad, disappointed, you feel worried, you feel angry, immediately switch and change your thoughts into thoughts of appreciation. When you simply think any thought of appreciation, you will automatically jump into the chain of joy. How beautifully said. And literally, I'm implementing this on a day to day basis, on a moment by moment basis. So, how do you do that? Well, let's see if I have few more words from Solomon. All right, so Solomon says, yes, Sarah, focus on something or someone and try to find thoughts that will make you feel the very best. Appreciate them just as much as you can. That is the very best way to join the chain of joy. So let's say I feel worried, disappointed, sad about maybe something with regards to money. I catch myself, oh, wait, I am in the chain of pain. I am joining in the chain of pain. This is not going to create what I would like to create in my life. All right, how can I switch and change this? Appreciation. What thoughts of appreciation can I think immediately? Ah, right. Wow, I just walk out into my beautiful, the farm that I'm in. I look at all these beautiful birds and trees. I'm like, wow, beautiful birds. Wow, look at that beautiful butterfly. It looks so cute. Oh, wow, these leaves have grown. Once again, it looks so amazing. I switch and change my thoughts instantly. I'm able to do that. Interesting. I might be thinking about some relationship or thinking about some business or thinking about some, client who is not paying me or something like that, which makes me feel sad and disappointed. And immediately I catch myself, no, Vishnu, you're thinking that which you do not want. You are thinking that which you do not want. Stop it. Think that which you do want. And how do you switch? Appreciation. Ah, wait, what can I appreciate today? Wow, beautiful birds. Wow, beautiful wind. Wow, I did receive the first payment from this client last month. Yes, she's going to pay me this month as well. And how did that payment feel like? Yes, the same client who is not able to pay me this month, she paid me last month. And when she paid it, it just felt so good. I saw that money getting deposited into my bank account. It was so nice. I truly appreciate this client that she paid last month and I received the payment. This is so amazing. This feels so good. Going back into step three. Step three of thinking a moment in time where you actually got what it is that you would like. And this has been, for example, once upon a time, I was looking for a buyer for my business for a very long time, and all of a sudden I received a message, and about $5,000 got deposited into my bank account, where at that point in time I was in a very, bad, pathetic financial situation. And this money got deposited, and that I have imprinted in my mind. Anytime I go into lack and scarcity and any kind of this, feeling disappointed, sad, I immediately bring that moment in time. And I was literally like falling into ground, rolling with joy and happiness and gratitude for that $5,000 that got deposited into my bank account that day. So that feelings is available to me. And each of you might have different kind of experiences in this particular lifetime, where you might have received maybe a big chunk of cash or something that you actually feel truly grateful for, and that is available for you to access at any time. So this is what, for example, in my life, that was a very significant event where at that moment in time, I felt so much gratitude and appreciation for this entire universe for blessing me with that money at that time. So anytime I go into any bad feelings about money, I immediately jump into, I remember that memory of mine. Oh wow, I was so grateful. I truly appreciate, even today, I truly appreciate that $5,000 that just came in time into my bank account as if by magic. Just by thinking those thoughts, I'm now thinking of something that I can truly appreciate. So appreciation, appreciating something or someone for creating something, that thought of appreciation immediately shifts and changes your vibration. So that has been one of the major takeaways for me from this particular book. And yes, step 3, so I just reiterate, step 3 is, so Solomon says, step 3 is finding the feeling place of what you do want, talking about what you do want until you feel like you are already there. So that's the step number 3. You start talking about it, thinking about that point in time where you actually receive something, and then you start feeling so good. Once you're feeling good, you are in the right place. You're attracting more money, you're attracting more clients into your life. And then there's also step 4. Step 4, Solomon says, is the physical manifestation of your desire. Anything that which you desire will become that physical manifestation. The more you are in that beautiful chain of joy. All right, so now we are ready to move into our alchemy energy protocol. So today I'm referring to protocol number 45 from the Money Consciousness Alchemy book. And energy protocol number 45 is practicing enjoyment. This has a beautiful picture of little children jumping, like 5, 6 kids jumping with their hands and legs up in the air. All right, so here in this practicing enjoyment, we will do a short protocol now where I'll lead you through it like in an imaginative process. So bring up, first of all, my question is, what is one thing that you would like to manifest in terms of money at this time? This can be something like, I would like to receive $500 from this particular class I'm putting out into the world. So bring in some kind of money related manifestation. What would you like to manifest? How much money would you like to manifest? So it's also nice if you would like to pick one small number, for example, because it's easy to get into that energy if it is like a smaller number. If you choose very big number, it might be difficult for you to get into that number. So for me, I would choose something like $100 or $300 or $500 deposit. All right, so let's begin. So all of you can close your eyes just for a few minutes here as we go through this energy protocol and practice it in your mind. So bring up, so step 1, identifying what you don't want. You already know that which you don't want. Step 2 is knowing what it is that you do want. So you do want this, I'm going to assume $500. All right, so that's what you would like to have, $500. So step 3, now let's actually go into that time and space. When is the last time that you actually received $500 at any point in time? This can be a payment from your client or maybe just a salary that you received. Go back in time, any time where you actually received 500 or more dollars into your bank account, that similar figure, and go to that specific moment and start describing how did it feel like, what happened. If you have to explain what happened that day, how did you actually receive and how did that make you feel? So I'm going to do a little demonstration here. Wow, you know what happened on that day? I actually sent a message to this client that I am giving this kind of healing session for $500. It was this kind of beautiful package that I packed it up, and then I gave it to this client. I offered it to her and she immediately was like, wow, Vishnu, this is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. This is amazing that you're doing this. Sure, I'll go ahead and make you the payment right away. This is the kind of healing session that I was looking for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then she immediately sent me that money. And I can see I got a message in my cell phone stating that I received $500. I opened up that message. It was in my Bank of America account ending in 9663 number. And there was exactly $500 that got deposited into my bank account. It made me feel so happy and joyful, as if I just achieved my dream goal. And this made me feel so happy. Yes, this is exactly what I feel right now. I am receiving that money, I'm getting that money, and I can be in this beautiful place of enjoying this beautiful manifestation that I created, and bring in that feeling. And from there, let's now apply it to the current moment right now. How would you feel like if you're receiving that amount right now from another client, from another space, however you would like it to be manifested? Can you describe how it feels like? Wow, you know what? I just put out this beautiful program exactly like how that day I received $500 from that client. I just received it. I got 5 clients actually for $100 per session. They all sent me the money, and then I see that in my bank account. I have received it. I'm receiving that money. And this makes me feel so good, so joyful, so happy that I actually made it happen. And allow that beautiful feeling to come in and merge into you and to be in that feeling. This feeling good space, this is the chain of joy. This gives you that beautiful joy. And the more you be in this energy of joy, you are over and over again creating that joy in your life. So allow that energy to go straight down through your feet. Let's ground it into the soil so that this energy can manifest in physical form on this physical plane. So allow that new energy to be grounded. Let it go from your heart down into your feet, into the soil. And totally be in that vibration of the joy of receiving money. And the more you are being in the energy of joy of receiving money, always thinking that which you do want, never letting yourself go into that space of thinking what you don't want. Always being in that joy creates this over and over again in your life. All right. Hello, Sunila. Thank you so much for jumping in. All right. So that's the end of the story here. I hope you have got what it is that Sara Book 1, this short version, is teaching. And the last protocol is actually coming from the Money Consciousness Alchemy. I'm offering a free Money Consciousness 30 minutes alchemy session tomorrow. So if you would like, you can book in for that. It's a full-blown alchemy session on Zoom meeting. So you can join in if you would like. Also, we have like the 2-day alchemy retreat coming up in the following weekend as well. I'm super excited. This beautiful alchemy set of energy tools, just like how we did it right now, being in the energy of your manifestations. The more you are being during the 2-day retreat, this is exactly what we do. The entire day we are doing protocols after protocols, being in that energy of success, being in the energy of joy and the energy of happiness and joy, success, all of that. Last month we did the same, and it was like beautiful manifestations that the entire group brought in this entire month. And I'm super excited to offer the same kind of retreat, but we have more advanced tools this month. So you're welcome, invited for the 2-day retreat as well. With that, thank you all, my dear beautiful beings. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to see you in my next podcast next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.